Hey everyone, welcome back to the Following Films podcast, where we dive into the art, craft, and passion behind the movies. My guest today is a true legend in the world of action filmmaking. Daniel Bernhardt joins me to discuss his starring role in Steven Kostanski's reimagining of the Roger Corman B-Movie classic, Deathstalker. The Kingdom of Abraxeon is under siege by the Dreadites, heralds of the long-dead sorcerer, Nekromemnon. When Deathstalker recovers a cursed amulet from a corpse-strewn battlefield, he's marked by dark magic, haunted by monstrous assassins, and to survive, he must break the curse and face the rising evil. Death is just the beginning of great adventure. Today's episode of the Following Films podcast is brought to you by Google Workspace. We keep things running smoothly and efficiently at Following Films with the convenience of cloud-based Google Workspace programs. You should try it and see how it can benefit your business as well. If you sign up using my link, I can give you a discount, and it helps to support the show. Just check the show notes for a direct link. Deathstalker is now playing in theaters everywhere. I hope you enjoy the show. Thanks. Hey Daniel, it's nice to meet you, man. How are you today?
How you doing? Oh, I love behind you. Is that your office with all the?
It is, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
That is awesome.
I'm still one of those people that actually collects those and cares about them because it's just.
I love it. You know, I used to collect the VHSs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So that's where I started.
I started with VHSs and then I got into DVDs, but then I kind of stopped. Once the format started to change, I kind of stopped. But I still loved my VHSs.
You keep repeating yourself over and over again.
Because you have the same movie over and over.
You know, I think that it probably either Aliens or 2001 I've bought in every format that's been out there, where it's been from VHS to Laserdisc to DVD to Blu-ray to 4K. And it's just all the way, every couple of years I'm buying it again and again.
The money you put into that, huh?
You know, you waste money on lots of things. And now I get to do this. So I get sent them a lot of the time. So it's not costing money anymore.
It's not wasting. It's a hobby, you know.
It's a hobby. There's a lot worse things. I mean, collecting plastic, it's probably not the most environmental thing to do, but it's it's not hurting anybody. I could be doing a lot worse. So I got to tell you right away, I really enjoyed the film, in large part due to your performance in it. You're funny as hell in this movie, man. You're great. You've been in things that were funny, but you were always playing straight. This one, you're actually playing and leaning into the comedic aspects a lot more than I've seen before. So can you talk a little bit about your approach to this one?
Well, so it's actually really funny you're saying this. It's actually almost for me a contradiction. So here's
okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Here's the reason why. My dear friend Bob Odenkirk.
Yes, of course.
I'm a big fan of his. He's a big fan of mine. Always supports me. He goes, Daniel, I'm so excited for you to play this role. Just let me read the script. And if you like, I'm gonna tell you what I think. So he read the script and he goes, Daniel, people love those kind of movies, but do not play the joke. That's the thing. You just gotta play it real. So to your answer or to your question, I actually played it straight. But it came out like this.
That's
I don't know if this makes any sense what I'm saying.
Well,
do you understand?
Yeah, I completely get it. I get it comes across that way, but there's a lightness to your character that you wouldn't anticipate to be in a film like this with everything this character has been through. There's almost like you're in a different movie at times than everybody else in this world, that you're observing it in the same way the audience is, if that's makes sense.
Amazing. I mean, that makes me very happy you're saying this. I got to give a lot of credit to our director, Steven Kostanski, who is such a wonderful, wonderful director. And he's so light and he's so generous and he lets me try things. And first of all, he wrote an amazing script.
Yes.
And in the script, it was actually really, really funny how the character was. So I didn't try to play it funny. I just went with my instinct, with what I've learned, what I've heard from Bob, what I've learned over the last 30 years of my career. And then I just played it, and sometimes he would just say, oh, that was great, so let's try something else. And he would just try something else. And then also what I think really helped was Doodad was
Hmm.
written, I would think in the script as male, right?
Yeah.
It was performed, physically performed
Right.
by a female.
Yeah.
So, which in retrospect, I have to say, I think affected my performance because so I'm acting with a woman and then the voice,
Is she doing the lines at the time as well?
of course, she was doing
Okay.
all the
Yeah.
lines. So she did all the dialogue, she did all the movement. She would go like, oh, and and hit me. And we came up with all that stuff like on the spot, like like when we came out of the ground and she's laying on top of me, I was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. That was weird. And that just, I mean, that just happened like on the spot. And like I said earlier, um, Steve is just such a generous director that he just kind of lets me do what I do. And then he goes, oh, that was funny. Try something else. And then Patton, of course, brought it the voice, which was amazing. So the
Yes.
combination of Laurie playing the part and Patton's voice was such a great mix. But I think it was like a godsend to us that it was a woman, because if it would have been a man, I maybe would have played tougher. So
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just one of those that just, it
Th-
was just right.
there is a gentler hand that you take with this
Right.
character that I
Right.
think if you would have had Patton Oswalt's voice there in that body,
Right.
you
Right.
may have felt like you could push around a little bit more, and that
Right.
would have come across as kind of bullying to some degree. And you
I,
never
I
feel that.
I think you're right, because I think I would have been more like, let's say when he pushes me or when she
Hmm.
pushed me, I would have been more like, hey, and more, I'm kind of like, hey, and I think that
Yeah.
made a difference. And yeah, but I'm so glad that you saw that. That makes me really, really happy.
Well, I am a big fan of Steven's work, and
Oh,
he's one of those people that I think elevates material every time he goes
yeah,
out. Things that I, me personally, for the original Deathstalker, I saw that on VHS when I was a kid, and
yeah,
it was one of the first times that I remember the idea of being sold a premise through a poster and then getting something else in return. And so I know a lot of people have deep fondness for the original, and it's something that I need to go back to. I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but it was one of those ones that I just was never for me. But then seeing Steven attach this, like, oh, this makes perfect sense. I really want to see. That's what you should do. Take old Corman movies, remake those where there's a spark of an interesting idea, and you can do your own thing with it and make something really interesting. Instead of remaking good films, remake something that they didn't quite get it. I think that's what
yeah.
we should be doing.
And Steven has such a wonderful vision. And, like I'm giving all credit to Steven on this
Mm,
movie. He is this movie. He
yeah.
created my character. He made all the monsters. He did all the mad paintings. He did. This movie is handmade. He had an amazing DP. We got to give a lot of
Oh
credit
yeah.
to Andy. We got to give a lot of credit to the editor who did an amazing job. I mean, I'm so proud of this movie. And I got a chance to watch it in Austin at the Fantastic Fest with
Oh,
a
excellent. How was
real
that?
crowd. It was unbelievable. That was actually the third time I saw it. I saw it the first time. I watched it because I had to do press, so I had to
Mhm.
watch it on my TV, which is in my closet, and I pulled it out of the closet, and um, and it was great. It was on the TV, but then I saw it in Locarno at the film festival on a
Mm.
big screen, and that was like really impressive. And then I saw it with a great audience. But then I saw it at Fantastic Fest with the audience
That's the
that
audience to see this film with, for
that is for
sure.
that movie.
Yeah.
And there were just, I mean, I couldn't believe, and to go back to what you said in the beginning, I couldn't believe how people were laughing. There was a woman next to us. I looked over and I went like, I like this person. She should be like in every movie. And she was a reporter, I believe. She was just laughing and laughing and laughing, and she thought it was the funniest thing.
Well, I think what Steven does is so smart because there's things that if you're not familiar with his work, you might not pick up on the comedy right away. But by the
Right.
time the title card comes in, you get the tone of this, right? I think okay, this is all intentional. All the things that I've been seeing,
Yeah.
they know what they're doing with this. This is by design. This isn't something that's accidentally funny. They are
Yeah.
actually trying to make something that it's both wide in scope, but also like a huge epic, but it's also very small and personal, but really funny at the end because all this stuff in this film, which is so weird to say, is deeply character driven. For as weird and as outlandish as the special effects get and all that stuff, like the humor in it, the heart in it, all that comes from the interactions with these characters. It is spectacle for sure, but I think that you could parse back all that stuff and really get down and tell a much smaller version of this film that is just these characters hanging out, because I wanted to spend time with them.
Oh, that's amazing. Makes me very happy. He did a great job.
Yeah, he really did. So what was the process like shooting this and actually making the film and seeing you're kind of like you said, you're working with matte paintings, you're working with practical effects, but you're also working visual effects. It's almost like you're working with all the film history is almost wrapped up in this entire little indie film.
Like I said earlier, he's such a generous director. When I got the call, I want to jump back to when I got the call. When he called me and he says, "Hey, Daniel, I want you to be Deathstalker." I was super honored. Being the lead actor in a movie like that, bringing back the franchise, it's an honor. It's a compliment. It's an honor. And then we discussed what we want to do, and he pitched me his ideas about that. He's building all the monsters, that he's going to make the matte paintings. He told me about the stop motion, and I was just blown away. And I was like, dude, I'm in. So from my side, I trained really, really hard for this part, because I thought, I saw the originals and they're all like big dudes. And I'm a pretty big guy, but I was like, let me try to get as big as I can. So I got as big as I could. I trained crazy. Every week I would call Steven and go like, look, I gained some size. And he goes like, you keep showing me your muscles, Daniel. I love it. And then we had an amazing team. The costume designer, she was unbelievable. They made this great costume for me.
Yeah.
So I'm coming to set, and I remember our first day was actually the first day we shot was the coldest day in that town's history.
Where were you shooting this?
We shot it I just spaced on it. It'll come to me. Sudbury, Canada.
Yeah.
It was the coldest freaking day. I was sitting in the van already like this. I got out. It was like below, it was probably like 10 minus.
Oh.
It was so cold. I'm standing there and I'm just going like, it was like an ice bath. And the first scene was with the swamp monster.
Okay.
And I'm standing next to the swamp monster and I'm going, wow. I'm going like, wow. And then we're doing fight scenes with the two-headed monster. I'm doing this unbelievable. And I got to give a lot of credit to the actors who were actually playing the parts inside the monster. They were amazing.
Is that two actors or is that one actor inside that with the two?
One actor.
Like kind of articulating both the faces or something?
Right.
Okay.
So he's inside the monster, and he only had this little peephole he could look through, and he had to do a fight scene with me.
Yeah.
So this guy was so amazing. He killed it so much. And I'm coming at him with a sword, and I'm slicing, and I'm spin kicking him. It was this movie. I am so excited for people to see it. As you know, it's coming out October 10th in theaters in the States and in Canada. I'm just really, really stoked. And I really hope that, and it's actually playing, I want to say it's playing today at a film festival, at the Beyond Fest in LA.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. And I'm just so excited for the world to see it.
I would love to see this in a theater. This is the movie that.
Where are you at?
I'm in Arizona. So I live in Tucson.
Go to Arizona. LA. We have a screening on the 9th and the 11th.
There's like 4 reasons I should be in LA this weekend. And that's yet another reason I would want to go up there this weekend. But there's, this is something I would love to see with the crowd, because this really taps that vein of what made me a film fan. This is the movie I needed to see when I was 13 years old. I have a 10-year-old son, and it's just a little bit too young for him. But
it's really gory.
It's pretty gory, but it's something that his gore, like he walked through when I was watching Psycho Gorman, and he saw some of the gore in that and one of Steven's other films.
Yeah.
And it didn't affect him because he could see the absurdity. And I saw Evil Dead 2 when I was 10. And that was
Yeah.
something that I recognized that it was a Looney Tunes cartoon. And I think the gore here is fun. It's never something that's like, it's gross, but it's not horrific, if that makes sense. For as big as it goes, I never feel like they're trying to do anything other than have a good time with the film.
Steven told me when I watched the movie the first time, I was like, damn, you're starting like hard. And he goes, well, from the first frame, I want them to understand they're in a Steven Kostanski movie.
Yep.
And you understand it from frame one. And that's why I love this guy so much. He did such a great job, and we became really close. And we want to do many, many more. So
Good.
the goal is cross fingers. This is going to be a big success. We can do a second one. We can do a third one. We can do more. We have great ideas. We're very, very excited.
Well, as a greedy American consumer, I want more. I hope that happens. I hope that comes to fruition.
From your mouth to God's ears,
This is the kind of thing that I really think that people will appreciate this, and they're going to connect with it and have a good time. And it's such a wonderful palate cleanser of everything that's going on in the world. You just watch this movie and everything goes away. You just have a good time for an hour. And
it's a very well-crafted movie. Yes, I can. You didn't have a huge budget with this, I assume. No,
but it's something.
We only had like $100 million.
I have no idea what that number is, but I know that
it's a low number. But it's Steven.
He always punches above his weight class.
This movie would have been a big budget movie. To make a movie like this, you need a bigger budget. But Steven, with his art, with his crew, with a little, he pulled a lot, and he did an amazing job.
He did. And congratulations on the film, man. You got something really special. I get to talk to you about this one all day. And again, just hope I get to see more. So thank you so much for taking time to do this, man. It was great to meet you, and congratulations.
And for whatever reason, if you're in LA this weekend and you hit up Sarah, she'll organize it for you that you can get a ticket. Maybe it's playing in your neighborhood, so just check your theaters.
I will. Yep. Everybody listening, make sure you check. Go see the support Deathstalker, because I want, just for me, do it for me, because I want part 2.
October 10th. Do it for yourself. That's what it is.
You're right. That's a better reason. Cool. Thank you, Daniel. It's great to meet you, man.
Thank you so much.
Take care. Bye-bye.